So for those of you living under a rock, like me, I'll admit that I fit that category right now, and it's okay. The it went to the NLCS went to 7 games, which was shocking, and the Braves won the first 2. Dodgers won Game 3. Then the Braves won Game 4. Dodgers won Game 5. Then the Dodgers came back and won Game 6 and 7 as well. So, ruh-roh.
Yeah.
Atlanta.
Well, the Braves join an elite club of teams that have blown a 3-1 lead. Recently, we had the Indians who did it in 2016. They blew a 3-1 lead in the World Series. And the Indians, by the way, their social media team has embraced that. Have you seen that?
Yes, where they welcomed the 2020 Atlanta Braves to the club.
Yeah. And there was somebody who responded and said, I believe the Golden State Warriors are bringing treats this week. And the Indians said, actually, it's our turn. I thought that was pretty good. Like, fully embracing it. You know, we're not the only ones. And, you know, welcome to the club, Atlanta Braves. And, man, and you know what, honestly, I think the whole thing, it just comes down to experience. That Braves team was so young. Like,
oh yeah,
they got run out of the playoffs last year by the Cardinals, which was like young team in the playoffs again, right? And then this year they get to the league championship series against a team that has been there. I mean, this is their 3rd time going to the World Series in 4 years, so they've been to the championship series. Every one of those guys has. So, you know, it's experience won out. That they felt like they were never out of it, and they just kept fighting. You know,
what was interesting to me, though, because everybody on paper, us included, said that the Dodgers were this unstoppable force, and then we get to the 3-1 situation, and we're all like, well, I don't know what to do anymore, right? I don't know how to feel about this. And I think some belief systems were shaken in the fan bases a little bit. It's okay to admit that.
Yeah.
And but what's interesting is that now, in retrospect, we're saying, well, LA won and super duh. We all knew that would happen. But I want to tell you that only 2 of those games were save scenarios.
Right. Oh yeah. What was it?
You know what I mean?
Game
like,
3.
It was
when they
game
blew
2
the tires off
and
of
game
everything.
6.
Well,
Game 3 was crazy.
Yeah, when the Dodgers came out and scored 11 runs in the first inning, and it was like, okay, this game's over. Let's move on to game 4 now. Let's see what happens. You know.
Right.
And
yes.
You know, and good for the Braves. They bounced back after getting run out of the stadium, and they won game 4 and went up 3-1. But really, I feel like the whole thing, I mean, it really did. Like, Game 7 was an amazing baseball game. Start to finish, it was a battle. You know, the Braves had the lead. Dodgers tied it up. Braves got the lead. Dodgers tied it up, took the lead, and won the game. But there were a couple things that the Braves did that really just, like, they kind of buried them. You know, there was a couple of momentum-changing things. Like, there was that whole situation where I believe it was Dansby Swanson who was running home on contact.
Yeah.
And he got in, like, it was like
Swanson.
It was like a I want to say it was a 4-2-6-5 put out. I don't know. Anyway, but it ended up with Justin Turner diving to tag him on the foot, and then they made an out with Corey Seager making another tag at third base. You know, so you got that, which really killed things because they had runners on second and third, and then you end up with 2 outs and a runner on first.
Yeah.
You know, that really kills everything, and that could have been the big momentum shift in the game.
Well, so all of my Braves fans, they're reaching out to me, and they're like, so base running's important, right?
Yeah, you got to know how to do it.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, okay, well, that's good to know.
Let me tell you something real quick about how important it is to know what's going on the bases. So I am a slow runner, always have been a slow runner, and like, you know, catchers are notoriously slow runners in the game of baseball. So it was never expected of me to be very fast. But But I figured I could make up for a lack of speed by knowing the situation, knowing exactly what's happening on the base paths, and outsmarting the defense a little bit. And
Right.
on my high school team, I actually got put in a few times as a pinch runner because of that. You know, and
Whoa.
I was shocked every single time, to be honest with you. Like every time my coach was like, corner, go grab a helmet, go out on first base. I'm like, you sure? Like, he's way faster than I am, you know. so there is something to be said with smart base running. And if you're just, I mean, I understand you've got the contact play on, but at the same time, you've got to read the situation and know what's going on.
Can I do it? Can I say it? Can I say my favorite line?
Say it.
Check out the big brain on Brad.
That's one of my favorite movie lines
for this
ever. Except usually it's used in my house as like sarcasm. Typically I'll say something stupid and I'll hear that. I'll hear, look at the big brain on Brad.
I usually only use it when it's co-located with your nerd voice.
Oh yeah, the nerd, yes. Calculations.
that's the one.
Yep, that is the one.
It's my favorite. No, the series. So back to the NLCS. It was. Was it heartbreaking for you? That's the real question. Like, are we gonna call it heartbreaking or something else? What do you think?
Honestly, like, that series was, I didn't really care who won. I mean, if I was a Braves fan, yes, I would be absolutely heartbroken, 100%. Because, like I said, you go up 3-1, you have 3 chances to win. You know, they had games 5, 6, and 7 to close it out, but they couldn't do it. It's like, what's going on? Who is it? Is it the front office? Because we know how much of a role the front office has in every decision that's made in the game now. Is it the manager not making good in-game decisions? Are the players, you know, like, was the moment too big for them? You know, I feel like I would have a lot of questions as a Braves fan going forward, you know, and maybe you just chalk it up, like I said, to inexperience in the moment. And the Dodgers were more experienced. They won the game with defense and timely hitting. I mean, that Cody Bellinger home run last night, I mean, in Game 7, that was unreal. It's one of those ones where it was quiet enough at Globe Life that you heard it and knew it was gone immediately. You know? Like, there were fans there and everything, which is awesome, but at the same time, it was still quiet enough that you heard it, like, oh yeah, Dodgers are up 4-3. You know? Yeah.
Well, and but we can't go without speaking on Mookie Betts as well, and his just crazy, incredible defensive performance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
so the guy's a freak. He just is a freak.
I mean, he robbed extra bases at the wall. He robbed a home run, and you watch those in replay, and it's like, and he flinches so hard when he's about to hit the wall that it's almost like it's a good thing he knows exactly what ball's coming down, or there's no chance he's catching it because his eyes are closed.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
None of that watching the ball into the mitt because he's bracing for impact. But
yeah, you got to respect that. That's hardcore.
Yeah, for real. But, yeah, it's like I said, good defense, timely hitting for the Dodgers. It's gonna win for you every time. I don't know. And then I mean, experience too, because you've got to be able to come through in those moments. I mean, Corey Seager. Let's talk about Corey Seager for a minute.
Yeah, let's.
So me being a Mariners fan, I'm a big fan of Corey's brother.
Corey's brother. Yes.
Yes, his own self-proclaimed nickname, Kyle Seager.
Yeah,
but
that's
no,
the best.
Corey Seager is an amazing player, and he's still young too. Yeah. I cannot believe how good he is when he's so young. 5 home runs in the series.
Yep.
I mean,
5 home runs in 7 games.
Mm-hmm. And what, 2-1? 2-1 game?
I think so. And he's with a 310 through the series batting average, and that puts, what is that? His OPS came to 1.230 just in that series. So that's pretty great.
Yeah.
That's pretty great. That is, if I'm not reading this line wrong, that's the best on the team for OPS through that series, by the way.
Well,
team
it ought to
average
be.
is at 850 of OPS. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because that's something else. Well, and
Best
here's something
slugging too,
else.
actually.
Here's something else with Corey Seager too, is that he's a guy who's about a year removed from Tommy John surgery as
You
a
think so?
shortstop. That he already
Do we
had
know
Tommy
that,
John
or
surgery.
are we assuming it?
No, he did have it.
Oh, he
mi-
did? I thought you were. Oh, I didn't know he
Oh.
already had it. Where
Oh no,
was
I'm
I?
not projecting. I'm not projecting. I don't know.
Okay.
But he did. He will have Tommy John surgery. And no,
I was like, check out that big brain on Brad.
So according to my calculations,
but no, seriously, he missed a season because of Tommy John surgery, and now
Oh,
he's
yeah,
coming back
okay.
and he's playing this way. I mean, like I said, he's a position player. He's not throwing as violently as a pitcher is, and he's at shortstop where he's still throwing hard. But I mean, I don't feel like he's missed a step defensively. He's upticked offensively, and he's become an all-around player. And I mean, the fact that they drafted him and groomed him in their farm system, I hope they can re-sign him for their sake.
Yeah.
Because he's going to be due a bunch of money here in a few years.
Well, he's only 26. This is 26-year-old season.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that
like I
he's
said,
already
he's-
has 2 Silver Sluggers, and he's 2-time All-Star. He's Rookie of the Year, and this is his 6th. If we're counting this as a full season, which we are, this is number 6.
Yeah, so he should be coming up on,
And change, but
well,
arbitration,
let's see.
right? It's coming.
Yeah. So he's actually signed through this year.
Okay.
He's arbitration eligible next year and be a free agent in 2022.
Okay. Well, good for them.
And guess who his agent is?
Tell me it's Trevor Bauer's agent.
For his sake, I
What's
wish it
her
was
name?
Rachel Luba.
Yeah,
No,
there you go.
He's got Scotty B. Scott
No,
Boras
I just
is representing.
Didn't need
Corey
his
Seager.
name on this show, Brad.
So he's gonna be disrupting the market in 2022 and causing a scene. I mean, if he keeps up even at this rate, but if he continues on the trajectory, he's gonna get a bunch of money, and it probably won't be in LA because they don't pay that kind of money.
But they can because LA's
'Cause they're not paying
entire
anybody else.
salary.
Well, they're not really paying. I mean, they're paying Mookie Betts. They extended him, which
Yeah.
bravo. That's a smart move. They're Clayton
Super
Kershaw's.
duh.
You know, he's due a bunch of money, and I mean, I want to actually check when Kershaw's contract is up because
Yeah, that's a good question.
that's a pretty big deal.
It
as
is a
to
huge deal.
whether or not they will be able to re-sign him. So,
Well, and if they win the World Series this year, then their market value is going to just skyrocket, and it won't be short-lived
every one of those
either
guys.
because it's been building. No, I mean the team. The team's market value is
yeah.
already enormous, but winning the World Series after years and years and years of getting close, or losing, in the World Series, this is this. If they do it this year, it'll be the little shove over the edge they've needed for a little bit.
it will. So, luckily for the Dodgers, you ready for this? Clayton Kershaw's contract is up in 2021.
Ooh.
So he will either. I don't think he'll retire. I mean, he's only 32 right now.
Yeah.
I think he'll come back on one more deal, team friendly. I think here I'm projecting. I think he'll finish his career as a Dodger.
Yeah.
On a team friendly deal. Drop down in the rotation like he has, because they've got some stud arms on that team. By the way,
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he could be the number 4 starter come 2022 if he's
Yeah,
still
you're
around.
right. It's true.
So I mean, and for him, like, why not? Why not stick
Yeah.
around with that kind of deal? And yeah, I mean, that would be a pretty
I
good
don't
deal,
know.
I think.
Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't do that.